Hi all, it's Karen and
What up?
here for Karen and Blue Does on the review channel with another movie review for you guys. So we actually just watched this last night because it finally came out to rent. We had planned on going to the theater and seeing it, but we
I
didn't
don't want
make
to
it.
go.
We didn't make it.
I don't want to be stuffed in a suitcase.
What, called my purse?
That's even worse.
So we watched Disney's Frozen 2 last night, PG-13, 2019 it
What?
came out. Oh,
PG-13?
PG, I'm sorry.
What version did you watch?
Yeah, apparently I watched a different one. Rated PG. It's
Wow.
an hour and 43 minutes.
Didn't seem like it.
No.
10 minutes of credits.
I didn't time that. I wasn't
Probably.
sitting where I could watch it to time the credits.
Oh.
Because I'll usually do that on some of these longer ones. Say, yeah, there was like 20 minutes worth of credits.
Bleh.
And there is a little thing at the end. So that's kind of why we watched the credits the whole way through.
It was all right.
But, yeah, it was his favorite character. So I was joking because initially when we got the movie going and everything, and it had like the still on the screen with like the play movie and all that stuff on it, Elsa looked really pissed on the front of it. Well, you even commented that Sven looked serious.
That's the reindeer.
Yeah.
I get confused.
Yeah. So, excuse me, guys. So anyways, we start out at the beginning, as we do in all movies. Well, no, not necessarily, because there is a movie I watched that started at the end. There's a couple I've watched. You're like, whatever.
Whatever.
So we have Elsa and Anna when they were younger, and they're sitting there playing. Their parents come in, tell them it's time for bed. Their father starts telling them the story about this enchanted forest where the spirits of earth, wind, fire, and water. I wrote earth twice. That's why I was like, what? Would reside, and there was this group of people that was the Northlanders or something. I can't remember exactly what
Highlanders.
I thought they were like Northlanders
I don't
or
know.
something like that. But anyways, it was kind of protected by the elements. So apparently at one point, Arendelle and these people were supposed to be offering friendship. They built this dam that was to help them out. All of a sudden, these people attacked the Arendelle people. Their father got knocked out during this battle and was rescued because the next thing he knew, he woke up and he was at home, or he was found back in Arendelle.
Complicated story.
Yeah, but he didn't know who rescued him. But he says ever since then, there's been this mist that can't be penetrated.
Mist.
Yeah,
That's like the fog.
That's a different. The Mist is a different movie, and they don't know if the spirits will become awakened or not again, because they said basically the spirits became upset, their father was saved, and then the forest was covered in a mist, and that was it.
That was it.
So then we cut away to basically, I guess, present day Arendelle.
2019.
Elsa's as an adult, and so we have this whole like musical number with Elsa, Anna,
So the same in the first one.
Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven, even though he doesn't sing in this part. So that's one thing I made a comment. There was a lot more musical numbers, I think, in this one than the first one.
Because they wanted to fill up a CD with the soundtrack.
Probably. So I mean, the songs were really, really good in this. I did enjoy the music a lot.
There's a couple Let It Go, part 2 and 3.
So in the middle of all this too, Kristoff is trying to figure out how to propose to Anna.
That got old.
Yeah, that was like, I know a couple reviews I watched that was a kind of a.
It wasn't overdone, but
Yeah.
it was enough that I was like, yeah.
It was
One
just
time would be funny, but not like 6
yeah, it was like at the point, get it done and over with. So that's one thing I do kind of agree with, because it was just like, you know, whatever, just
It's not
do it
funny.
and get it done. Or it's like, okay, got screwed up in the beginning. Okay, let's wait and
Yeah, maybe twice.
do it
Once in the
later
beginning
or
and do it
whatever.
right.
Yeah. So they're playing charades. And during all this, Elsa is hearing this voice, this female singing voice, and she's kind of like, what is this? Nobody else is hearing it.
And I called that.
So
I got it right.
Elsa's kind of like, oh, I'm tired. I'm just going to go to bed. And Elsa leaves, and Anna's kind of like talking to Kristoff, like, what's going on? And he's trying to figure out how to propose, and she's like totally like blowing him off. And she goes and leaves and checks on Elsa.
That could have been taken the wrong way.
What?
What
She
you
blows
just said.
him off.
Sorry,
I didn't even think
that was funny.
That's you. See where his mind goes? Gutter.
What?
Your mind goes to the gutter.
Oh.
Perverted.
Okay. All right, moving on.
So Anna goes to check on Elsa. Elsa's wearing their mother's scarf, and Anna goes, I know you're worried because you're wearing mother's scarf, and I know when you wear that, you're worried. And she kind of tells her, like, she's just concerned about a couple things. And there was this song that Mom sang to them in the beginning about I wrote the place down later, a telon or something like that, where memories flow and stuff like that.
I don't remember.
So they both eventually fall asleep in Elsa's bedroom. Well, Elsa starts hearing the voice singing to her again, and she's another song number, like singing back, like she doesn't know whether to follow the voice, believe the voice, trust the voice, so on. Because she's like, my life is fine. The last time I went on an adventure, everything went haywire.
But it was fun.
So she gets to this one point, and all of a sudden, when the song ends, there's all these crystals in the sky with the different elements on it. And everyone comes out looking like, what's going on? Well, all of a sudden, water stops flowing in Arendelle, the lights go out, the wind picks up, and then the earth starts to shake. So they evacuate the city because they're like, we don't know what's going on. So they get everybody out of the city, off in this wood area, and they're like, okay, we need to stay here until we know what's going on. It's not safe to return to Arendelle. Well, then Elsa discloses to Anna about this voice that she's been hearing. Anna gets upset with her because she's like, we promised not to keep secrets from each other anymore. And in the middle of all this, Elsa's saying she just feels like she can trust this voice for some reason, that she feels it's good. There's something in her intuition. And Anna's like, we don't know this. You know, they attacked before, and so on. Well, then the rock trolls show up in the middle of all this. Rock biters later, but they're not rock biters.
Oh.
And they're all the head grandpapa troll, rock troll, whatever his name is.
Papa Rock.
Yeah, I don't remember, but he looks at Elsa and Anna and just keeps saying, the truth must be found. Arendelle is in danger until then. So they all decide that she needs to find out what the truth is, and they're going to go north towards the mist or whatever. Well, then Anna's like, you're not going alone, I'm going. Then Kristoff and Sven are like, we're going. And Olaf's like, well, I'm coming too. So while they're going, Kristoff tries to propose again, but ends up screwing it up because of the way he's talking. Anna keeps twisting things around and ends up becoming just a total hot mess.
She's kind of weird with her.
She's a typical girl.
She's not like Elsa.
So Elsa is sleeping at this point, but then she starts hearing the voice again. She wakes up and it's like, I'm hearing it. We got to go. So they start walking towards the mist. Well, Kristoff tries to walk through the mist. It throws him back. Olaf tries to walk through it. It throws him back, and he keeps doing it because he's laughing. So Elsa puts out her hand and uses her powers, and she's able to make a path. So they all start going in. Well, eventually the mist starts pushing them through the other side, and they end up in the forest area. And they're walking and like exploring, saying how beautiful it looks and everything else. Well, then they eventually find the dam that was built by their grandfather, which I should have mentioned in the beginning. That was their grandfather that was initially with the story, building the dam and all that. But Anna's like, oh, the dam's still standing. And I can't remember if it's Anna or Elsa goes, yeah, if that dam broke, though, it would flood Arendelle because it's on the plain. That's what it says. The plane. No, the plane, like the path of the land.
Oh.
So,
cool.
They're talking. All of a sudden, they're looking for Olaf, and Olaf is lost.
Good. Don't come back.
So the wind, all the elements he goes into a song, and then all the elements are messing with him and everything. And I can't remember, he says about something with the wind, and he's like, I'm going to call it gale. I don't know where that came from, and so on. But then eventually a tornado forms, picks up Olaf, eventually comes to the others and grabs all of them.
That was kind of funny.
And Elsa's trying to use her magic to stop it. So it starts dropping everyone but Elsa. So she's using her power, and then all of a sudden it starts making shapes of different creatures and people and everything. And it's like images of the past, because then she sees, I think, an image of her father when he was young, a few other, I can't remember who else.
I thought it was kind of complex.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't like a duh kind of story. It was like, wow, kind of makes you think.
So as they're going, eventually somehow it comes about that water makes memories and remembers everything. So that's why they're saying kind of with Elsa's powers, because ice is a stage of what water is. It's a solid stage. And that's why Elsa's supposed to be, able to see these memories.
Because he's ice.
So in the middle of all this, there's an image of their father being saved. And they're standing there, and there's Arendelle soldiers that were stuck there, along with these Northlanders or whatever the heck they're called. Anna has Mom's scarf on, and one of the people goes, "That's a Northlander scarf. Why does somebody from Arendelle have that?" So Anna and Elsa go back to the statue or the figure of their father, and they realize it was their mother that actually saved him back when this war broke out, the fighting broke out.
Yep.
So then they realize, oh my God, we're not only part of Arendelle, we're part of this Northland part. So they're trying to talk like, okay, we got to figure out the truth and what's going on. And the Northlanders are like, no, we won't listen to you. We only listen to the spirits. Well, then the fire spirit starts attacking, setting the forest on fire. So everyone starts running. And Elsa's trying to put the flames out with her power. Well, Anna goes after her to try to save her. And Kristoff's trying to save the other reindeer that were running towards a dead end. So he saves them, gets back, saves Anna. Elsa gets upset for Anna putting herself in danger. And here they find out the fire spirit is this little lizard who jumps on Elsa's hand and eventually gets extinguished. And he's like, oh God, thank you. Like, he's so cute. Cool. I love that character.
Was that a gecko?
I don't know if it was gecko, it was some sort of lizard thing. I don't know exactly what it was.
Lizard thing.
Oh, gecko's a lizard.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was considered a gecko or what it was, but
okay.
Yeah, that nice about the Northland scarf.
Yep.
Elsa promises, she's like, I make a promise, I'm going to free the forest from the mist. I got to figure out the truth. I'm going to do this.
Yep.
And restore Arendelle's so everyone can go back. So in the middle of all this, they're like, Anna's off doing something. Kristoff goes off with one of the Northlanders to do this proposal thing. Anna's sitting there talking with one of the other Northlanders, and they're looking at the scarf. And they're like, there's the 4 elements, and then there's a 5th element that's supposed to be the bridge between.
I kind of call that too.
Both. Yeah, I kind of thought about that, but it ended up being kind of almost like a dual thing, though, towards the end.
So I got 2 things right.
So as they're sitting there, all of a sudden the earth is moving.
Whoa.
And everyone's like, oh, we got to hide. The earth giants show up, and the one, I guess she was the elder of the Northlander or whatever the heck they're called, says they never come this far south. We have to hide. We have to be safe.
We have to hide.
Hide.
Oh, you said hide.
Maybe they were.
Maybe. That'd be a cool way to watch this movie.
Yeah. No. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. So, Elsa's kind of hiding and she's watching, and one of them like starts looking her direction and she hides again. She makes a comment to Anna after everything's done. Like, she's like, they could sense me. And Anna's like, her. I don't know if they could smell her or what, but, Anna's like, no. So Kristoff is trying to figure out how to propose. Elsa and Anna decide to go there. She's like, I need to go north. We need to figure this out. So they are leaving because Elsa's still hearing the voice. So Kristoff and Sven set up this whole proposal thing, and it goes awry again.
Why did you say, hey, will you marry me? See how fast I said that?
Yep, that's pretty much what Bob did with me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm in the living room doing paperwork, and he came in, got on one knee, and did it.
Wow. Cool.
Over and done with.
Yep.
But
That's the way you do it.
it ends up whenever he goes to propose, it's the elder from the Northlanders, and she's like, they left. You can come with us and stay safe. And this part was hilarious. They broke into this like 80s type song with Kristoff and Sven and the other reindeer singing.
I don't
Because
know
I'm
if it's supposed to
sitting,
be funny.
yeah, that's what we were trying to figure out if it was supposed to be funny or not. Because it started going, and I'm like, oh my god, this sounds like a Journey or a Foreigner song from back in the 80s. And I mean, it was enjoyable. It wasn't stupid, but it was just kind.
It was funny.
It was funny. So, as Anna and Elsa are going, Elsa's still like calling out to the voice. Olaf's trying to call out to the voice, and Anna's like, you know what, only one of you should do it. And he's, Olaf
Yeah, she
being
should have just
Olaf.
said, "Shut up."
So as they're getting towards
She should have made him a yellow snowman.
the sea, they find their parents' wrecked ship.
That was cool.
So they go and they're looking, they're like, wait, how did it get here? How did it do this? So Anna says something about there being a waterproof compartment in the ship that would hold information. Olaf goes, well, why wouldn't they make the whole ship waterproof? But anyways, they eventually
You
find
just shut up.
this map that apparently they were trying to get to Atlohana, I think it's called. And
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was very weird name. But this was the song that their mother sang to them when they were younger. And basically, Elsa uses her powers to produce. She goes, I need to know what happens. And here, her parents were trying to go there to figure out the reason why Elsa had her powers. And they ended up getting shipwrecked. And so Elsa starts blaming herself. What are you doing?
Nothing.
For everything. And Anna goes, no, Elsa, you have to understand, you're a gift. The reason why Arendelle was gifted you is because our mother saved her enemy and everything. So that Anna puts a twist on it that Elsa is a gift, her magic is a gift, and that's why she needs to be here. Elsa says about going to this Atto-Holland. I can't remember how it's pronounced. And Anna's like, well, I'm going with you. And Elsa's basically like, no, we both can't go. And Anna goes, well, we were supposed to do this together. So she calls Olaf and Anna together and makes a boat and sends them on their way.
That was cool.
So she can go
She's like,
herself.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So
this is my movie.
As we kind of stick with Anna and Olaf for a while as they're going, Olaf expresses that he's actually feeling angry, and him and Anna kind of talk about that and everything. Well, Olaf's running his mouth, and Anna's like, shut up.
Yeah.
And here what happens, they ended up in water right around the earth giants, and they're all sleeping. And these things, and we kept joking about it, look like the flipping rock biters from Neverending Story.
Yeah.
Because, boy, you kept going, they look like big, strong. Like he was doing all the
I like Rockbiter
stuff. And another movie we have to review at some point because that's an amazing movie.
Only the first one.
But so they kind of get into a cave and they're exploring the cave. So then we cut back to Elsa and she's trying to enter. I think it was called the Dark Sea. This is where her parents' boat would have ended up, but that leads to the at the Holland or whatever the heck it's called that she's trying to get to. And as she's trying to cross, there are these I put seahorses, but they're actually full horses made of the water that are like trying to stop her from going. So she eventually ropes one and it's like breaking a wild horse, and she's able to get the horse to take her to the island. And she kept saying, oh my God, it's a frozen island. It's a glacier. Glaciers are ice and they make memory, going on about this whole memory things. So eventually she gets into this cave. There's another whole song because she's hearing the voice still. Well, she gets to the one room and there's like all her past memories. And then there's an image of her mom kind of talking to her and everything. So she keeps going further and further into this cave on the island. She ends up falling into this deep ravine, I guess, deep hole. And she's walking through and she's actually starting to freeze. But here, all the memories are starting to come out, and she gets an awesome dress at this point. I love her outfit at this point in the movie, and she lets her hair down so it's not in the braid anymore. Like yeah, you would say that.
She should have stayed like that.
So basically, she keeps going further, even though she's starting to basically freeze to get the memory. And here, what she finds out is her grandfather actually ordered his whole guards army to go with them with all this, and he basically tricked the Northlanders into building this dam for some reason because he said it was going to help them, and it's not helping them. And the grandfather followed the previous elder into the woods, and apparently her grandfather started this whole war battle
He was
that
bad.
caused the spirits to retaliate and block
Yep, he was bad.
with the mess, and then Elsa ends up basically
mess.
freezing to death. I
That
don't
was
know if it's
kinda cool.
death, but I mean, she
You know she's
freezes.
not gonna
Yeah.
freeze to death. Come on.
So it gets to the point as Anna and Olaf are still walking, the memories that Elsa saw start forming in front of Anna, and she's like, "Oh my God, Elsa found out the truth. I need to destroy the dam." Because she's like, that's the only way it's going to free everybody and make right. Because that's where they start to question. They're like, oh my God, Arendelle stood for all this, and it was basically a lie because of something their grandfather did.
He was
So,
bad, man.
and I have about going against Arendelle's beliefs and everything. So, they're walking, and because Olaf found an exit, so they're going, and all of a sudden Olaf starts flurrying. And he's like,
part.
what's going on? They're like, what's going on?
He's dying.
And he goes, the magic is dying because Elsa went too far, is what he says. So eventually Olaf flurries away, basically.
That's pretty cool, though.
So I think there's another little song in here, too, with Anna. So then she eventually gets out of the cave. Yeah. She eventually gets out of the cave, and she's looking, and she sees the dam, and then she figures out what she needs to do to destroy it. So she goes and wakes up the earth giants to get them to chase her.
That was kind of funny.
So she gets them going. Meanwhile, it's like they're throwing crap and hindering her going.
Next.
As they're going, I'm sorry, I couldn't read my handwriting. Kristoff shows up and he's able to rescue Anna, and she's like, we have to destroy the dam. So they start going that way. Well, then when they get up by like the Northlanders and the Arendelle guards, they're like, oh my God, she's bringing them towards the dam. So the Arendelle guards like stop Anna and ask what Anna is doing, and Anna explains
she didn't give a damn.
That she's like, it was all a lie. My grandfather, this was a lie. We have to destroy the dam. And they're like, how do you know? And she goes, because Elsa gave her life for the truth. And she's basically like, I'm going to finish.
Well, only if she did. That'd been interesting.
Yeah. But basically then the guards get on board, start getting the earth giants' attention. Anna goes on the dam, eventually gets them to throw rocks and break the dam. So basically this frees Elsa as well. She gets her horse. The water's going towards Arendelle, and all the Arendelle residents are on the banks watching like, oh my God, we're going to lose everything.
No, they're
not. Well, Elsa shows up. She's able to stop the water, and it calms everything, and Arendelle is saved as well.
It was predictable, but it looked cool.
Yeah. And then after all this, everything goes back to normal. The mist disappears, so everybody can leave the enchanted forest now. The residents can return home. And it's funny, this one part's funny because the one head Arendelle guard and the elder from the Northlanders, they're talking about how long it's been. And they're like 34 years, 5 months, and 23 days. So that's how long the mist had. It just seems like a very random number, but it was kind of comical because they're just standing there like 34 years, 5 months, 23 days. So it comes about that basically Elsa and Anna are kind of like the fifth element of it because Anna's like, no, it's you. It's a bridge. You're the bridge. And Elsa goes, no, a bridge has two sides. Our mother had two daughters. So basically Elsa would be the magical part where Anna would be the other side. So in the middle of all this, Elsa asks Anna if she wants to build a snowman and restores Olaf.
No.
This one went no at that point.
No snowman.
And then Kristoff finally proposes.
Ugh.
This one's like, Anna, say no. Of course,
that would have been funnier.
Of course she said yes.
Wouldn't that have been a cool build-up? That would have made it funny.
So as like,
she's like, Yeah.
Yeah, so then as everyone's figuring out where they're going to go, the Northlanders kind of tell Elsa, "Well, you belong here with us." And Anna or Elsa's like, "Well, I got to do what's best with Arendelle, but I know what to do." Sorry, I see something random laying by my computer here. And Anna
Set it off.
Anna becomes queen of Arendelle, and Elsa stays up with the Northlanders. So then it kind of ends from there, where the spirits, the earth, wind, fire, and water are in okay with everybody. Like the wind comes, takes a message from Anna to deliver to Elsa, and everything else. Everybody looks happy. They reveal a statue in Arendelle in the square of Anna and Elsa's parents as children to show like not as children, but when they were younger to show like the linkage of both both areas and everything. Then you have the credits, and then Olaf is explaining the rest of the movie to the snow abominable guy, giant, and the little mini snowman, because he did this kind of earlier in the movie as well, and everyone's looking at him like, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? But a couple people we watched on YouTube with this weren't overly thrilled with this movie. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually may like this better than the first one myself, but
no, Les Orloff is better. Olaf, what's his name?
Olaf.
I don't know. I don't like him. I like Elsa.
Yeah, we know you like Elsa. Bob likes Elsa too. So, I mean, I would definitely recommend watching it. I will be watching it again at some point. I didn't purchase it. I rented it, so I will be getting it at some point. But that is it for this review. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you know when we post new content. Share the page. We would greatly appreciate it. Subscribers, thank you. You guys are awesome. Awesome. I appreciate all of you.
Yep, me too.
Also, check out my other channel, K-Doll Games, Toys, and More. Toy and game reviews over there. This one does show up on occasion.
No, I don't.
He lies all the time. So, Amazon wish list is posted. If there's something you would like to help us out with, yeah, we do.
Let's put this on there.
Maybe. I know we got a couple other requests, but I think I'm almost up to date with everything that has been requested. But if there is something you want us to review,
shout out.
Let us know. No, I don't do shout. Well, I do a shout out if you do request something or send us something on the wish list.
Yeah, I was thinking your other channel.
Yeah,
you never do that.
My other channel's a mess as far as that goes because you can't comment on a kid's channel anymore.
Oh,
yay, YouTube!
I'm just here because you told me I had to be here.
Anyways, that is it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.